Oh no, cut that.
Hello party people, I guess this is the second video we're doing in this little studio, but wait, this isn't the same angle that I brought to you the video that I did yesterday, the reaction video. And that's because this is the Canon M50 4K video test. Right now, it's a little cramped. I'm gonna have to extend it out here and I'll do that in a second and be right back. And then we could talk about this 4K video because there's some controversy surrounding it. I just set the camera about a couple feet back and now this is like way far back, but because the 4K on the Canon M50 is cropped, so the regular 1080, you add like another 1.7 crop on that, and that's what you get for this 4K. And the thing is, with this 4K, it's not the dual pixel AF, and the AF stands for autofocus, not, you know, the other thing. Just to demonstrate this contrast-based autofocus, I'm gonna go back here, and then I'm gonna go back in here, and how long does it take to focus? 1, 2, I mean, that's not so bad for videos, but for vlogging, that's really not what you wanna do, especially with that cropped 4K already, and not the dual pixel autofocus, not that great for vlogging. And now, just like that, we are back at the 1080p footage, and look how much we have in this. I'm gonna just extend my arms back when we get to 4K, but this is 1080p 24 frames per second, and if you're not on like a big huge monitor, you're really not going to notice the difference in between 4K and 1080p. So 1080p is still the go-to, especially for that smaller file size, and most people watch YouTube on their phone, so if you're uploading content to YouTube, they're going to watch it in 1080p. So what is the point for uploading a 4K? And especially when you're looking to buy this camera for around $500 to $600, you really can't complain. I mean, at least it has 4K, but it's not the best of 4K. There's like a asterisk next to it. So this is the 4K. See how that's cropped? Like my arms extended all the way back in 1080p, but now it's like here, like my hands can only extend that much instead of that much. So 4K is definitely a crop, but if you really want to shoot in 4K and at 24 frames per second, there's no 30 or 60, then you have it on the Canon M50. And I wouldn't say it's so bad. I would say, I mean, it's decent quality. If you're gonna do manual focus, then that's not an issue. But for vlogging, I mean, if we take this along and it's not on manual focus, it's just not gonna be a go out in public. But you know what? Let's try 4K out in public. Let's do it. Grass time! Hey bro, how do you like this 4K video? How is it? How is it? Not so bad. Contrast autofocus is interesting. Are the keys in the car? There we go. Okay. Oh man. With DeMarcus Cousins going into the lineup today, are the Warriors the best team of all time?
Oh, garbage. You can't say until he plays. You have to check him out first.
Guys on the floor can pass, including this guy, Cousins.
Are you gonna watch the game?
Yeah, of course. What time?
It's at 10:30.
I'll watch it.
It's too late for me.
I'll watch it. I'll tell you.
Macho, you know what should be the title of your video? Never leave white out.
Oh man, this 4K autofocus is terrible. There we go, it's focused. It is now officially nighttime. I'm about to leave. Good 3 hours of basketball. Victor, how was it?
Pretty good.
It was long and tiring. Tomorrow's the movies. We're gonna watch Spider-Man? I have to make the choice in between watching Dragon Ball and Spider-Man. I can't watch both. And it's now like 5 more hours until DeMarcus Cousins makes his debut. This pitch black 4K video.
Ooh, autofocus is just not happening here.
It has to be just like that.
How we're leaving it like that, hi Victor?
To make sure that when somebody left, they left it just as what is that.
See you tomorrow, Victor. Oh man, we are now back. I have now officially burned 1,008 calories. I'm beating my friend in the competition, which is all that matters. But what matters just a slightly more is this Canon 4K review. And let me be honest, this is just a complete no-go for vlogging. For these sit-down shots where you can set up the manual focus, which is not on right now, it's on just auto. I think for sit-down shots, it could work perfectly fine. 4K at 24 frames per second, that'll be great. But when you go outside and just these random conditions that you can't deal with, especially for vlogging, one, you have the crop sensor, and then two, the autofocus is just atrocious. You cannot deal with the autofocus for vlogging. If you can, good luck, because I surely can't. This is 4K. This? Yeah, I don't record in 4K. But we're doing a 4K test today.